I'm here with Major General Arthur Denaro, speaking about leadership in testing times in the first of our Inspirational Speaker Series. Is leadership a commitment to long-term values, or can it be achieved through short training?
Clearly, the vast majority of people don't want to be leaders. They would far prefer to be led. Those who do, though, do so because they're prepared to accept responsibility. They're prepared to do things for other people before themselves. And that is part of your soul, really. And it's the kind of thing we look for when we're looking at potential officers. We look at the physical side, easy. We look at the intellectual side, pretty easy. We then try and look at their soul and to see whether they're the person who would be prepared to lay down their lives.
And did your own style of leadership change and evolve over your military career?
You must teach people the things you wish you'd been taught yourself. Because over the years, I fell into situations where I just hadn't a clue how to handle them. And yet others had gone before me, could easily have warned me. And so I have, that's one of the reasons now why I talk about leadership.
What's your favourite leadership style?
If you can't communicate, you can't lead. So communicating my thoughts, the way I want things done, but also listening.
How do you motivate people to get behind your ideas?
It's just about making sure that they understand why they are being asked to do what they're being asked to do. And people say define leadership. Well, people say, well, it's leading people to do things they absolutely don't want to do. Well, if you're going to do that, they must understand why you're making them do it.
What does it take to be a good leader, in your opinion?
Lots. Lots. But it's personal stuff, of course, always remember that. And leaders come from all sorts of walks of life. Integrity still remains, for me, a key aspect of it, because if your people don't trust you, then you'll find it very difficult to lead them.
And what does integrity in the workplace look like?
Having across the board a whole series of values and standards to which your organization binds itself. And you can work them out, actually. I always say to new businesses, sit down early on in a piece and work out your kind of race card, making sure that you touch on and grasp all the elements within the workplace that are important to you.
How do you foster common beliefs to forge a bond within your team which has a greater chance of success?
Team building is about having a leader who can communicate properly, who can make people within his team understand. It is about a charisma, because it's often said you don't have to be popular to be a good leader, and I think that's true, but it's much better to be well-liked as a leader. When I was Chief of Staff in the former Yugoslavia during the war there, I had staff from 44 different countries. At least half of them didn't have English as a first language. Miles behind us in almost every way. And the great thing about dealing with allies like that is that you must appreciate their strengths.
How much do you think personal ethics impact business decisions, or in your case, military decisions?
I suppose 20 years ago we suddenly realized that the young who were arriving as soldiers or as young potential officers didn't necessarily know really what was right and what was wrong. So we had to lay down some very strict and clear definitions, and I believe that's helped a lot.
What can today's entrepreneurs and business leaders learn from the generation that have gone before them?
The young entrepreneur needs to be very knowledgeable not just about their own business, but about how people coped with the issues and the challenges from before. I would say they will, with that knowledge, grow in self-confidence. And having self-confidence is a very important aspect of it all. And then, I guess, a demonstration that they are interested in things which are not just, let's say, financial. So they are interested in somebody's, a client's family, for example, or maybe some of the hardships that are going on in an area where you may or may not invest.
General Denaro, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.